大家好，今天是6月7号。我每次会找一篇英文的文章，念一下里面的内容，跟大家总结一下，作为我整个口语练习的一部分。好，今天这个的话，What are PFAS chemicals and what are they doing to our health？就是趁昨天的那个新闻，就是有三家这个公司呢，为了这个 Forever Chemicals 的这个诉讼案。那在开庭之前呢，决定先付和解金了结，就是处理掉这些案子哦。那这个 Forever Chemicals 就是这个叫 PFAS 的东西，那它的话是经常被很久之前是很常被用在我们的一些不粘锅啊，或者是那种食物的包装纸啊，就是里面那个摸起来滑滑，可是不会粘，就是不会沾到酱汁的那一层哦。那还有什么？还有一些这个叫做什么消防，就是在做消防的用途的东西，比如说那个消防的泡沫啊，就是会用之前会用到这个 Forever Chemical，然后可能就是要把那个东西给盖起来吧，我猜。好，那些东西呢，都含有这个 PFAS。那什么东西算是 PFAS？PFOS、PFOA 或者叫 Gen X 的东西？那这两个呢，在美国的话，在2000年开始，就是有在他们那边的公司基本上开始就不太生产了哦。那但是后来又跑出一个 Gen X，但是这三种东西都是属于 PFAS，也就是 Forever Chemical，就是这个留在环境里面除不掉的东西，那会造成一些健康上的影响。比如说这边写的这个肝脏跟甲状腺，或者是生育力，那胆固醇、肥胖、荷尔蒙各种部分都会影响哦，然后很容易跑到你的空气，很容易跑到空气里面，然后混到你的食物、土，甚至是跑到你的饮用水里面，所以算是一个真的是蛮危险的东西哦，就是到处跑来跑去，但是有没有办法把它除掉呢？这里的话是没有写。是多容易转移到别的东西？这边看起来是蛮容易转移到通过其他的方式去传播，所以被吸进去的话，应该可能会产生这边一些蛮严重的东西吧，我这样理解的。好，然后这边的话是说跑到你身体里面的话，大概是跑到血跟肾脏跟肝脏里面去，然后大概98%的美国的民众呢，可能血液里面都会有这个 Forever Chemicals，不管是哪一种哦。好，那基本上这边就是说，EPA 2016年的话，就是做一个比较严重的比较严格的限制，就是说每个 ppb 0.07 ppb，就是饮用水里面这个Forever Chemicals，应该说这两种化学物呢，它们不能在水里面呢超过0.07 ppb。好，那这边的话也有讲说，这个五角大厦就是他们的国防部也有去做一些对他们的军事基地、军事设施做一些研究，发现也有很多大概36个这个军事设施呢，是他们的饮用水的这个标准，关于他们这两个物质的残留物呢，在水里面是超过这个 EPA 他们的环保署的建议的值哦。好，那看起来是个蛮严重的问题。那接下来要把它怎么移除掉这个东西呢？它没有写，但是在饮用水的话呢，它有写说，这个叫做微生物工程学或者是一般的化学处理方式是没有办法把这个 forever chemicals 从水里面移除了，但是可以使用活性炭去做过滤。那算是一个唯一看到唯一一个稍微好一点的消息，就是还是有办法从饮用水拿掉，但是空气中呢，土壤里面的这个 forever chemicals 要怎么拿掉呢？他没有写。希望之后能有更多的资源投入后，那带给我们后代，我们这一代应该是早就被影响了。那希望下一代跟下下一代的话，可以不要再被这些物质，然后影响到他们的健康哦。好，接着我就把它全文给它念完了吧。What are PFAS chemicals and what are they doing to our health? PFAS chemicals, also known as forever chemicals, a family of potentially thousands of synthetic chemicals that are extremely persistent in the environment and in our bodies. PFAS is short for perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances and includes chemicals known as PFOS, PFOA, and GenX. They are all identified by signature elemental bonds of fluorine and carbon, which are extremely strong and what makes it so difficult for these chemicals to disintegrate in the environment or in our bodies. PFAS chemicals have been highly utilized in various industries because of their ability to repel oil and water. They've been manufactured since the 1940s and can be found in Teflon non-stick products, stains and water repellents, paints, cleaning products, food packaging, and firefighting foams. Persistent chemicals, persistent health effects. A growing body of science has found that there are potential adverse health impacts associated with PFAS exposure, including liver damage, thyroid disease, decreased fertility, high cholesterol, obesity, hormone suppression, and cancer. These chemicals can easily migrate into the air, dust, food, soil, and water. People can also be exposed to them through food packaging and industrial exposure. I think that people should be concerned about the amount of PFOA and PFOS that is in our environment. Susan Ampini, a professor in the Department of Environmental Health at the University of Cincinnati, wrote in the email, these are chemicals with long half-lives, meaning they persist in the environment as well as the body. They can also accumulate over time. In the body, they primarily settle into the blood, kidney, and liver. A study from 2007 by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimated that PFAS chemicals could be detected in the blood of 98% of the U.S. population. Regulators take some action. Exposure in utero may have the greatest effect on developing children, and effects may last into adulthood, Penny said, adding that the science is still early. PFOS and PFOA are the two most studied PFAS chemicals and have been identified as contaminants of emerging concern by the Environmental Protection Agency. PFOS was voluntarily phased out of production in the United States by 3M, its main manufacturer, starting in 2000. In 2006, PFOA began to be phased out as well. PFOA and PFOS are no longer manufactured or imported in the United States, but similar replacement chemicals for PFOA and PFOS, such as GenX, may be just as persistent, Pinney said. In November 2016, the EPA released a non-enforceable lifetime health advisory that limited combined PFOA and PFOS exposure to just 0.07 parts per billion in drinking water. In May, then EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt announced the initiation of a PFAS action plan to eradicate PFOA and PFOS from drinking water. His four-step plan included initiating steps toward establishing an enforceable maximum contaminant standard for the two chemicals and regulating them as a hazardous substance. Current acting EPA Administrator Andrew Wheeler is expected to announce finalized details of the plan. Pervasive contaminant. In June, a draft report from the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry. A division of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services indicated that the minimal risk levels for oral exposure to PFOS and PFOA should be lower than the threshold currently recommended by the EPA. The report found that the EPS levels were 10 and 6.7 times higher, respectively. The Department of Defense has identified at least 400 active or closed military installations or bases with a potential PFOS or PFOA. At many of these sites, the contamination is due to the use of firefighting foam that utilize the contaminants as an ingredient and has migrated into groundwater. The Pentagon has identified at least 36 military installations where drinking water levels of PFOS and PFOA exceeded the EPA's health advisory. According to the Environmental Advocacy Group Environmental Working Group, more than 1,500 drinking water systems that serve nearly 110 million Americans may be contaminated with the chemicals. They are resistant to most conventional chemical and microbial cleanup technologies, but drinking water can be effectively treated with activated carbon filtration.这个文章就今天就念到这边，那下次再见了，拜拜。